Hey there, friends, it's Phil, and it's episode 6 of Grow It. So today, 22nd of January, 2021. How did that happen? Well, actually, the interesting thing is, it's the 23rd of January, but it feels like I've lived a whole year in the last 23 days. So much has happened. Some of which I will share in the future, and some of which I will share today. So look, I want to talk about Keith. So our local butcher is run by a guy called Keith, and Keith is late 60s, and I can honestly say he's an inspiration to hard work, commitment, and pleasure. And if there's one thing about growing anything, particularly garden-wise or lawn-wise, one of the things is the pleasure in growing it is so evident. And I honestly have to say that I met Keith this morning, so we're going on the usual early morning dog walk with Open. And popped into Keith's or said hello. He always chucks Open a dog bone. And I just got chatting with him because it was early in the morning. There was no one really there, and he chucked Open also a bit of steak. God bless him. But I said to him, "So what's the story? You know, how long you've been here for?" I was just chatting really, and he said, "Yeah, he'd been there for 43 years, the same place for 43 years." But he is probably one of the happiest people that I come across, and he is so enthusiastic about what he does. The other thing I learnt today was the butcher's meat, Keith's meat, basically comes from the family's farm. So his brother runs the farm that produces the beef and the pork and the lamb. Isn't that absolutely awesome? A local butcher's his shop's about 3 meters wide by about, 10 meters deep probably, but it's been there for 43 years selling the family's meat. And I think it's just really, really, really inspiring. And in the context of All Gardening and Grow It, which is allgardening.co.uk, is basically the business that I am still growing. It's been up and down over the years, but it's now, 16 years on. 16 years that it's been going in one way or another. 16 years, which I think is extraordinary. But I've only really realised, and by meeting Keith, I've only really realised what I've got and just how long it takes to grow something and what simple pleasure you can get out of something you love. And I guess the bit that I'm looking at the moment is I just love lawns. And I tell you what, I love lawnscaping and the bit around the lawns. I'm not saying that I'm massively passionate about gardening and general horticulture, but I'm really, 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 really love grass. I really, really love it. It's like Keith and his meat. It's just the simplest thing. It's the simplest thing. The simplest thing does well, shared with many, many people, creates a lifetime of experiences and stories and success and money and income and all the other bits you need. But I think up until recently, I hadn't really cared enough about simple and how simple shared with others through many channels, be it face-to-face, over a podcast, on YouTube, through the written word. I hadn't really realised how brilliant that is, how brilliant it is. And a happy, smiley life where you earn some money from it is just brilliant, isn't it? And Keith is the man. He is the man, and his wife is absolutely there as well. They are the greatest example I have ever seen of success, happiness, and pleasure in life. All in the same place, all in the same thing. He loves the fact that the cattle and the beef are He loves the fact that he sells the family's beef, and he sort of loves the fact that his brother loves producing the cattle, and he's joked with me this morning that the cattle obviously don't like him as much for his brother, because obviously he kills them. He does the butchery. But I think it's just really cool. And yeah, Keith is really cool. So look, if you ever get to Harrogate, and it's on Commercial Street, there's a little butcher's next to the fishmonger, and you'll find Keith and his wife in there, and they are brilliant and welcoming and happy and friendly and optimistic and busy and really, really busy. So in a similar sense, I'm thinking, I love lawns. I love to share the journey of growing lawns. I love lawnscaping and just general horticulture generally. I kind of love it, really. Don't really understand as much about horticulture as I understand about lawn care and growing grass. But hey, let's do the simple things. Let's just grow some grass, and let's grow an opportunity. And if you're interested, pop onto allgardening.co.uk and you can see that there's a number of different courses that I run, or I'm planning to run from this spring, from March. So it's really, really easy to subscribe to the newsletter, and the newsletter will tell you when it's time to enroll in the courses. And I think in the world we live in now, everyone has time to get pleasure from looking after their lawn. It will make you smile come June. It will be a thing of beauty, and you will feel so good about it, and it will motivate you to get out every morning and cut the grass and look after it and water it. So that's all for now. Catch you soon. Ta-ra.